मित्रांनो, आज आपण 11वी इंग्लिश युवक भारती मधील 1.1 बीइंग नेबरली या धड्याचे प्रश्न उत्तर पाहणार आहोत.
A1. Joe's decision to make friends with the lonely boy next door proves to be a good one. Elaborate. You may begin with Joe was a bold, friendly and warm person. Joe was bold, friendly and warm person and she observed that Laurie, who used to live with his grandfather the next door, was a lonely boy, who actually needed someone to talk to, a good friend and love and affection. Joe tried to be neighborly and friendly and thought it is her duty to help the boy come out of his loneliness. She started a conversation and the boy didn't hesitate to reciprocate well. He invited her home and Joe accepted the invitation happily. Joe was quite a friendly girl with a good sense of humor, which made the boy feel comfortable and he enjoyed her company. He showed her his library and together they spent a very good time. The boy never had such a good time before with anyone. Read the extract being neighborly and complete the following statements. The answer is E. To Joe the fine house seemed like an enchanted palace, full of splendors and delights which no one enjoyed. B. Joe swept a path around the garden for Beth to walk in the sun. C. Joe entered the old stone house carrying almond-flavored milk pudding, made by Meg, Beth's cat, a garland of green leaves, and the scarlet flowers of Amy's pet geranium. D. In order to tidy the room, Joe had whisked things into place and given quite a different air to the room. E. Bring out the contrast between the two houses with the help of the following points. There are two column March house and Laurie's house. Firstly we take March house. E. Old, brown house. B. Bare and shabby. C. Children used to play all around. D. A lively and happy home with 4 girls and a loving mother. Let's know about House of Lawrence. E. Stately stone mansion. B. A majestic stone mansion. C. Well-maintained grounds. D. All quiet, curtained down at the lower windows. Hardly anyone was seen in the mansion. No motherly face smiled at the windows. A2. The traits of the characters you meet in the extract are jumbled. Sort them out and write them in the appropriate columns. Shy, bold, gruff, friendly, withdrawn, perceptive, empathetic, playful, lonely, happy, gentlemanly, frank, mature, dull, sharp, adventurous. Joe is bold, friendly, playful, happy, adventurous, sharp. Laurie is shy, perceptive, lonely, gentlemanly, frank, mature. Grandpa is gruff, withdrawn, emphatic, dull. तुम्ही व्हिडिओ पॉज करून हे लिहून घेऊ शकता. चला पुढे पाहूया. A3. Write down in your own words the way Laurie confirmed the names of the March sisters. Ans. Laurie already knew the names of the March sisters, he just needed to be sure. So he asked Joe, is Beth the rosy one, who stays at home good deal and sometimes goes out with a little basket? He then asked, the pretty one is Meg, and the curly-haired one is Amy, I believe. To which Joe replied yes. Give a brief account of the interaction between Grandpa and Joe. Ans. When Joe saw Grandpa's portrait, she expressed her thoughts to herself about him that he had kind eyes, tremendous will but he was not as handsome as her grandfather. She didn't know that Laurie's grandpa was standing right at her back and was listening to her. Grandpa was quite pleased and thanked her of what she thought about him. She blushed and felt uncomfortable about what she had said about Grandpa. But Grandpa accepted her remarks. He asked her that why was she there and what's with Laurie and her friendship. She told him that how she felt that Laurie is lonely and needed friends and love and affection and that she is trying to be a good neighbor and being friendly with Laurie. Grandpa accepted what she had said and was quite happy with Joe's approach. A4. Find proverbs, maxims and idioms related to friendship. For example, birds of a feather flock together, यात सारखे वाक्य बनवायचे आहेत. Ans. B. A friend in need is a friend indeed. C. A friend in court is better than a penny in purse. D. A real is the one who walks in, when the rest of the world walks out. A. Like 2 peas in a pod.
ओके, तर चला पुढे पाहूया. तुम्ही स्क्रीनशॉट घेऊन हे लिहून घेऊ शकता.
येथे 2 नंबरचा प्रश्न दिला आहे तो पाहूया. The extract deals with the atmosphere of 2 homes. Collect the words associated with E. Home old, brown house, stately stone mansion, big coach house, enchanted place, dull tombs. B. Library books, lined with books, distracting little cabinets full of coins and curiosities, sleepy hollow chairs, queer tables, open fireplace. C. Garden groves, lawns, robbed of the vines, low hedge, and lifeless lawn. A5. Change into indirect speech. E. Do you like your school? Asked the boy. Don't go to school. I'm a businessman, girl. Answered Joe. The boy wanted to know whether Joe liked school. To which, Joe answered rather emphatically that she did not go to school. She further added that she was a businessman, and corrected and said girl, she meant. B. Joe flourished her broom as she called out, How do you do? Are you sick? Laurie opened the window and croaked out as hoarsely as a raven. Better, thank you. I've had a bad cold and been shut up a week. Joe flourished her broom as she called out to ask how Laurie was. She further inquired whether he was sick. Laurie opened the window and croaked out hoarsely like a raven, and giving thanks he confirmed her that he was feeling better. He then added he had been suffering from cold and had been shut himself up a week. C. The pretty one is Meg and the curly-haired is Amy, I believe. Laurie, how did you find that out, Joe? Laurie confirmed that the pretty one was Meg and the curly-haired was Amy. Joe surprisingly asked him how he had found that out. D. I'm not afraid of anything, returning Joe, with a toss of the head. I don't believe you are, exclaimed the boy. Returning Joe, with a toss of the head, said that she was not afraid of anything. The boy exclaimed that he didn't believe she was afraid of anything. मित्रांनो, अशा प्रकारे आपण बीइंग नेबरली या ध्येयाचे प्रश्न उत्तर बघितले आहे. अशाच प्रकारच्या व्हिडिओसाठी माझ्या चॅनलला सबस्क्राइब करा.